All right, the next form, we're going to continue working with server actions, but as you notice, the problem with server actions is that because everything's living on the server and we don't have a client component, we can't give that much user feedback to what's going on. Like when we click the submit button, like there's no styling or anything to notify that you actually click submit. So they can keep pressing the button over and over again. That's not a good experience. So with some of the newest React hooks, in combination with server actions, we can go ahead and create more better forms that give user feedback. So here's what we're going to do. I have the space form here, and all I did was give each input a name. That's it. So the first thing we want to do is I'm going to create a separate file for the form. I'm just going to call it a server action form. And right for now, all I'm going to do is just copy the form from this page, paste it here. Here we'll have the server action form. Okay, and now I don't think I need to do anything in this file anymore. This file can stay a server file, and this file will become a client file. So we'll stick a use client directory at the top. And let's start by making our action. So I'm going to create a new file called actions.ts. And at the top, I'll write use server. And then I will do export async function. Let's call it something more semantic, so complete purchase. So we'll get our form data. And again, let's do that delay to simulate wait time. Wait new promise, resolve, set timeout. And let's get our data, form data, which will be object.fromEntries, form data. Let's destructure everything. Card holder, card number. Nothing's typed, so we don't get that extra help right now. But that's not really the idea of the video. Okay, and let's also just log the form data object. Okay, so we're logging the object, and let's do this simple validation check again, where we just check if we don't have anything, return this error. Expiration date. I will return success. Thank you for your purchase. Actually, right now we don't want to do any of this right now. Let's just log error, invalid form data. Okay, that's the server action. Let's hook it up to our form. Action equals complete purchase. Cool, and let's just do what we did before, nothing special. It's not going to work. Okay, so, and here our stuff is logged. So we get to the action and our form data is logged, no problem. Okay, so the first thing we can do is let's make this button show some kind of loading state when you're submitting. And the way we can do that is we can we don't need to do this, but I think it's nicer to separate to a new file. So we'll call it a server action submit button. And this has to be a use client as well. Server action submit button. Let's hook it up. Okay, so in order to give our button some feedback, we have to give it this disabled state. But what will the disabled state be equal to? So we can use a hook called useFormStatus. useFormStatus. So as long as this button lives in a form, we can get some properties out of this. And one is called pending. So if it's pending, we can give that to our disabled state. So let's go ahead and test that out now. Complete. So let's take a look at our button, complete purchase. Now we're disabled because we're pending. And there we go. That's great. So that takes care of the user feedback with the button. Now how about error states? So to deal with error states, we can utilize another hook, which we'll do in the form action, and that's called useFormState. So here's how useFormState works. We want to give it the action that we want to use. So complete purchase is that action, and we want to give it an initial state. We don't really have one, so we can just call it undefined. Okay, and then we have to fix the TypeScript in a second. So here we get the state, and we get the form action. So we can utilize this action here. Okay. And now, let's go back to our action. We have to change the TypeScript now. And so now this gets to a second parameter. And that's going to be called previous state of type form state. Form state. Oh, sorry. Form state's a type we have to create. Let's just go ahead and do type form state is equal to this or undefined. So why is it not happy? Okay, so can we do this? No. So we can do return type with the form state. Right, so we're not returning anything. Okay, so that takes care of this side. So here we can do, if there's an error, return error, please check your information again. Okay. Otherwise, we could return a success. Thank you for your purchase. So this error and the success, let's just do error string success. So error and success will live in the form state, and the form state will be in this state right here. We can call this form state, why not? And so we can log that. So let's do a use effect for now. And we just log the form state. Undefined. So again, like if we submit something, let's submit an empty form. Complete. Form state. Error. Please check your information again. Okay, so now we have access to this error from our action. So we can use that error Let's go ahead and create that. Let me copy from the route handler form, the way we handle the errors. Right here. So we don't have error, we have state.error and state.success. Form state. Okay. So we'll need an error state here too. Const. Or do we need to do that? Let's see. Oh no, we don't. So let's complete purchase again. An error should show up here. Check your information again. And if it goes right, let's try giraffe. November 23. Complete. Thank you for your purchase. So that's how we got all this user feedback now. We have the loading state in the button, and we have error and success states all with server actions. So a couple of things that we can do to make it a little bit even more interactive is we could do a redirect and a form reset. So to do this, we'll use the router from Next navigation, and we'll use ref from React, which will be an HTML form element. Hook up this ref to our form. All right, so now let's keep an eye on the if ref.current and state.success. Form state.success. Let's do the following. Let's do a set timeout of router.push to forms. 1,000 seconds. Let's make it 2,000 seconds to make it more dramatic. We have to add router here. Okay, and before that, we'll do ref.current.reset. So let's test out this reset and our redirect. I can do router.replace. Why not? So card holder, giraffe, card numbers, 111, valid through 5, 20, 30, CVV 424. Okay, complete purchase, user feedback. Get the message, the timeout should start and should redirect. There we go. And that's a nice little flow. And again, we just use server actions, which is the main thing, which is a lot more efficient than using submit handlers, because server actions can work even when the JavaScript is disabled. And you can learn more about that anyways. This is another way to do forms, server actions, but now we have very nice user feedback using the useFormState hook and the useFormStatus hook with the button.